The new league year in the NFL is underway, and the Arizona Cardinals wasted no time in releasing quarterback Kyler Murray, and the Minnesota Vikings are first up on a visit for Murray. And right now, multiple reports say the Vikings are the leading contender for Murray's services. The Falcons have let go of quarterback Kirk Cousins, while the Bills signed former Dolphins defensive end Bradley Chubb to a 3-year deal. The Ravens backed out of their trade with the Raiders yesterday for Max Crosby, and today Baltimore signed defensive end Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year deal worth $112 million. The Colts and quarterback Daniel Jones agreed to terms on a 2-year contract worth $88 million. And ESPN says the NFL is considering playing a game on the night before Thanksgiving, and that could come as soon as next season. Rory McIlroy is still undecided if he'll play in the Players' Championship because of his back injury. Syracuse fired men's basketball coach Adrian Autry today. Louisville just beat SMU in the ACC tournament 62-58. Steph Curry to miss 5 more games. I'm Dan Byer.
Hey, yo, I don't even know where to begin today. What a wild day in the world of sports. And you got us, Covino Rich, to break it all down, I guess.
Indeed.
Well, hope you had a great Tuesday night. Hope you had a Bam Adebayo sort of night. Not a Team USA sort of night. Not a Mark DeRosa sort of night.
Maybe a Team Italy sipping on a little cappuccino.
A little
espresso.
Oh, yeah. What a win
You think,
for Team Italy. I hope that they win again just to save USA and DeRosa from the embarrassment of not moving forward.
Well,
we'll explain.
We're going to get to that. Do you think they put a little Zambuca in the
Little Zambuc.
in the after shot?
Absolutely. You gotta. We're Covino and Rich, and we be rocking out. Let's go. It's a hump day.
Yep.
Gonna have an exciting hump night. We got that Team Italy-Mexico game in just 2 hours from now.
Yeah, we all sit around with no choice but to just hope things go Team USA's way. We'll explain all that. We'll talk some Bam. We'll talk some Max Crosby. We'll talk Geno Smith. We'll talk all the crazy-ass stuff that's going on in the world of sports.
You didn't even mention Max Crosby, did you?
I did. I just did Max Crosby.
You said Geno Smith.
Oh, before that.
Oh, did you?
You got to clean your ears out. Get
I'm
some
sorry.
Q-tips.
I was thinking about Mike's words of wisdom because it's Wednesday, and every Wednesday we try to give some prizes away. So we got Mike's Wednesday words of wisdom. We'll drop some wisdom. We'll drop some prizes to you. And Midweek Major, Iowa Sam's on standby with all the biggest stories in sports and pop culture. We decide on the show together if these stories are weak or major stories. Plus, Danny G is on standby, waiting just to say hi. He's on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. Dan Byers here.
Damn,
Let's
we're all
have a great
standing
one.
by.
Yeah, let's go.
2 things, real quick, right quick. Number one, I have a show that I got to tell you guys about real quick. It has to do with sports. And it is unbelievable how this went under my radar, so it may have gone under yours as well. I'm at the barbershop. Hanging with who? Was that Cedric the Entertainer back in the day?
You're hanging with
Who was that? Bernie Mac? Who did that movie Barbershop?
Cedric, yeah.
Yeah. I'm at the barbershop getting a little trim up before today's show. Grays are coming a little too much. Got to do something about that. And my barber, Addy, he's a big NBA fan, big Clippers fan. Pun intended, for real. He's actually a barber that likes the Clippers, which is really funny when you think about it. So he's got a documentary on, and I'm like, yo, my dad told me about this, but no one else. Soul Power, the legend of the ABA. Danny, I don't even know if you mentioned this during Weekend Hobnobbing one week, but it's on Prime. It's the story of the ABA-NBA merger, and from what I saw in my 40-minute haircut, it was unbelievably good.
I think we did mention it quickly in passing.
We did.
But if you need a documentary...
You know how I know that? For real. Because I'm a big rock fan, and Tom Morello plays something called the Soul Power Stratocaster, a Fender Stratocaster, but he writes Soul Power on it. And when it was brought up on the show, I remember specifically thinking about Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave and the Soul Power. So, yeah, it was in passing, but is it good or what?
So far, I mean, what I watched in the barber chair?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It really was. Like, you know what? It makes me realize that I know so much about baseball history. I'm pretty good about going back to the whole Super Bowl era, and a lot of us are. What do you really know about the ABA-NBA merger and what that meant in the 70s? If you weren't alive, you don't know how at one point, like, the ABA was considered, like, the weaker league, but then they showed up big and had some big players, and players were going back and forth between both leagues. So
it's funny you bring that up today, because today in history is the first day a basketball game was played. I think it was 1892.
Yeah, so if you're interested in the ABA, NBA, and you need a documentary and you're caught up on all your stupid stuff, Soul Power, The Legend of the American Basketball Association. It's a 4-part Prime Video docuseries. It came out in February, so maybe you just missed it, but it's produced by Dr. J. So pretty cool to watch. So
all right, I'll check that out,
says
man.
we're trying to get in that basketball mindset a little bit. It was a cool watch.
So you got your side poofs reduced?
Yeah.
Rich got a nice high and tight.
Yeah.
Nice.
And,
nice haircut. He
our-
learned some stuff about the Soul Power.
Our barber was asking about you because he said, yo, Covino, how's my guy doing? Isn't he half Italian, half Mexican? And I go, yeah. And he goes, so
and
tonight.
from USA, so
and
big
he's
ramifications for me tonight.
And Covino's also born in the United States, but his heritage is the game tonight. So is this the Covino game? Italy versus Mexico?
This is the Covino game
With
of
the
the century.
With the U.S. just waiting around?
With USA deserving to lose because they're just numbskulls, but I can't see them go out this way. Like, I'm hoping Italy wins or Mexico scores 5 or more runs just to save the embarrassment. That's really it.
And
the
is
embarrassment.
that really what it comes down to?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I can't even believe what happened.
We're here talking about
I can't believe this is the situation. Like, it doesn't get more embarrassing. And if you're not up to speed, let's just get right into it.
Yeah,
And
let's
of course,
do it.
we'll talk Bam, and of course, we'll talk more NFL, and I'm sure Dan Byer's going to have more updates. Last night, you saw Team USA sort of put out their B squad. I mean, they're all great players. I don't say that with any disrespect.
I mean, they're all fantastic. I mean, come on. But I know what you're saying. It was not the it was you know what it was? It was like game 2 of a doubleheader.
And keep in mind, it's tournament play, so different rules, amount of runs scored, amount of runs let up. All this sort of matters in the tournament. And clearly, Mark DeRosa, the manager of Team USA, did not know the rules. And he had assumed that they were advancing in this tournament, and they had nothing locked in. And what makes it even more interesting is Mark DeRosa has no managerial experience. So to throw him in this situation is also a very odd choice. Right? This is the first time he's managed anything.
But up until this moment, everyone was raving about this guy.
Well, because he's a great dude. He had a great reputation. He had a great career, 16 years in the big leagues, most of those years with Atlanta. You know, yeah, great player, great reputation. I'm sure he knows the game. That's not what I'm saying here. But clearly he didn't know the rules, or he was misled or misunderstood. But not only shame on him, shame on everybody, the entire team, because not one player said, hey, or even my guy Aaron Judge as the captain of the team, hey, hold on. Why are we starting this guy and not that guy? Why is this guy in the lineup and not that guy? What is it that you said on Hot Stove earlier today that we're advancing? No, we didn't advance
hold on.
yet.
Take a listen to DeRosa early on.
Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals, because Mexico plays Italy actually tomorrow. So the way the schedule lines up, this is an important game for us.
So,
Ticket not punched into the quarterfinals.
Punched?
That's what he said earlier before the loss last night. So
he said he misspoke, but
yeah, but he didn't misspeak. You know what he did? He misunderstood.
Yeah, I misspoke. I was on Hot Stove with a couple buddies today and completely misread the calculations.
Yeah, you're not just hanging out with buddies. You're talking to Matt Vasgersian on television. You're not just hanging out at the barbershop like Rich, just BSing.
yeah.
What you say matters because it proves, in this case, what you actually thought. And all the proof is in all the decisions you made. For example, having Kershaw warming up. You couldn't just let up as many runs as whatever at that point because those runs work against you in this tournament.
I think, you know what it is? Like, you know what it reminds me of? And Danny G and Dan Byer, as big NFL fans, know this. Every time there's a tie or something in the NFL, without fail, there's one player, coach, or someone that's like, "Oh, I didn't know that could happen." And you're
But here's the thing. I might not have known the exact rules moving forward. Other managers have come forth and said, yeah, I didn't know that rule. But guess what? It was DeRosa's job to know the rule.
No, I know, but
he's supposed to know.
But there's always someone.
How does Jeff Passan know? How do jabronis on social media know? Like, I knew exactly.
Jeff Passan's like that guy.
It doesn't matter. He wasn't the only guy.
I know, but
there were so many people like, before the game even ended, if USA loses tonight, and they did fight back, props to PCA and props to some great at-bats at the end of the game, they fought back. Oh, it's tough seeing Judge strike out at the end with a chance to tie it up, but that happens. So many people on social media were chiming in, explaining that there were ramifications here that could prevent USA from moving forward if Mexico beats Italy today. And clearly, if we're not making it clear enough, clearly Mark DeRosa and most of the team didn't know what was at stake last night before they lost that game. They did not know the rules here. And that's his job.
It's embarrassing. Remember, Donovan McNabb didn't know there could be a tie in the NFL.
Yeah. And several of your Niner players, Rich, didn't know after the overtime loss in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs.
Oh, I thought we scored. And listen,
But, bro, if they go out like that, oof, that's embarrassing. There's only two scenarios in which USA moves forward. And up until last night, they were undefeated in this tournament. Team Italy has to beat Team Mexico in Pool B play today, or Mexico has to score 5 or more runs.
Yeah, break out the espresso machine. Let's go, Italy.
And I think that's more likely to happen, to be honest. I think Mexico does score 5 or more runs because Team Italy sort of went all out last night.
They blew their bullpen load, so to speak, last night.
I was trying to avoid that expression, but
I think you could say
you
that.
nailed it, buddy.
You can't say that expression?
I don't know about that.
Since when?
I don't know. What you just said? I don't know if that's an appropriate expression.
To hear what Rich said, listen to the podcast.
Can't do it.
I think that's inaccurate,
On
Sam.
what level?
Hey, rather be safe than sorry.
I hope you don't say that in front of your Little League team.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of we were on SNY in New York, and Covino said, you know what Covino said the phrase, it's like a weasel on a woodpecker. And someone beeped him because they're like, we don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, out of context, that's a weird story to tell.
There is no Thelma.
Who's calling the hotline?
That was the FCC.
There is no.
See, you're going to get us fired, Rich.
I'm sorry, sir, that I didn't realize that was inappropriate. My bad.
Okay.
Hear it on the podcast.
The backstory is this. There was a photograph of the year, according to National Geographic. And
Pick up the phone.
The photo of the year around 2013, 2014 was a photo of a woodpecker mid-flight with a little weasel on its back. And I said to myself, that sounds like some sort of redneck hillbilly expression, like a weasel on a woodpecker.
Adorable photo, by the way.
You know that photo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a famous photo.
Taking a ride.
So
it was a hummingbird, wasn't it? Or maybe it was a woodpecker.
No, it's a woodpecker.
Okay,
so I said that on television, and they bleeped me out because they didn't know what it meant.
They didn't know what you were referring to.
Yeah, they thought it was some sort of sexual innuendo.
Yeah,
That's New Jersey lingo right there.
I'm like, no, woodpecker is a bird. You know that, right?
Oh, okay, anyway.
You take the wood away.
Anyway,
Or you add the wood.
So
like a weasel on a woodpecker.
So Italy, let's just say they use their bullpen. So there's 3 possible outcomes tonight, right? Let's be honest. There's 3 possible outcomes. U.S. is rooting for 2 of them. Outcome number 1, Italy wins. Bam, you're in. Outcome number 2, Mexico wins and scores 5 or more runs. U.S. is in. Scenario 3, Mexico wins and scores 4 or less runs. U.S. is out.
Now, you could say after that bonehead decision and performance last night, they don't deserve to move forward, but it really would be a shame because it would be more fun if that team did. It's the dream team. This is a dream team of superstars, and I do want to see it continue. If they don't continue, I'm still excited about the tournament. There's still great teams. The energy level's high. But again, to save Mark DeRosa and the entire USA team some embarrassment, I would love to see them move forward. Dan Byer, what was your thought as you heard the news and saw this unfurl last night?
I don't have any thoughts except to tell you this, Cove. I just wanted in on this. Because there is the extra inning scenario.
Oh.
Because this isn't just total runs. This is the number of outs that you've recorded with the.
Oh.
So this is courtesy. I saw this handle breaking down, but Dimitri Curtis says if Mexico scores its 5th run in the game to walk it off with 1 out or more in the bottom of the 10th, then Italy would advance. So if this game goes extras,
right,
and it's 4-4 in the extras, and Mexico wins 5-4 with 1 out or more, then it would be Mexico and Italy.
Oh, that's wild.
So,
you know what it's like? I was telling Covino earlier, Dan, don't you feel like it's like week 18 of the NFL?
Yes.
And you're like, if this team wins or ties, they're in. But they're a wild card. If this team wins, they get the bye. Like, we're watching Team USA. Aaron Judge should not be sitting here right now being like, I hope we're one of the 8 best. They might not make it to the quarterfinals.
And that's embarrassing.
I'm wondering, what do you cheer for? Like, I think Mexico's going to win today. At least that would be the guess. That I'm sure Italy's maybe out of gas from last night. So then you're hoping that Mexico turns it on, right? But if all of a sudden Italy is up 3-2, you're like, come on, Italy. Like, you're back and
honestly,
forth
it's a
throughout
back and
the
forth.
entire game if you're Team USA.
DB, I know that there's so much at stake for the pride of these countries, and it's a big deal around the world. But there is a part of me that wonders, is there a play at some point where, let's say Mexico's up like 4-0 in the 5th, and they think, well, you know what, moving forward, I'm not quite sure having the USA around benefits us in any way.
Yeah, no doubt. I was thinking about the
start,
potential strategy here.
Do you start subbing players? Because why would you not? Like, if your team Mexico, and again, let's say you're up 3-0 or 4-0 midway through the game, and you're pitching lights out, and you can see that Italy just doesn't have it today. I think by you just blowing open the game, what you're doing is you're inviting in the Vegas favorite back into the dance.
Yep, no doubt. That definitely
That's
plays
gotta
a
play
part
a
of the
factor,
strategy.
right?
Imagine bases juiced, bottom of the 8th, Mexico up 4-0, and Randy Arozarena just stands at home plate and watches 3 pitches go by, and then gives the finger to Cal Raleigh.
Now when he looks
As
at the
he
camera
walks
and he goes,
back-
"That's for you, Cal."
To end the inning, 4-0 Mexico, the way to stick it to Team USA.
That would be the only way I would want Team USA out of it. If it was a Rosarena looking at pitches and then looking at the camera and smiling and saying, "Hi, Cal."
Yeah.
Unless, of course, Mexico's manager doesn't know the rules and haven't thought ahead here.
Yeah,
Benji
perhaps.
Gill.
Maybe he misspoke or, just chatting with his buddies.
You got to hope somebody knows the strategy, the potential strategy here. Maybe Vinny Castilla on the bench would think ahead. But that's what's boggling about it, right? Yeah. It's not just Mark DeRosa. There's a whole squad of coaches, players. No one said, hey.
They didn't read the email, Covino.
Hey.
I'm being serious. It's like, all right, they play baseball, right?
But that's the embarrassment.
It
if
is.
you got fans at home realizing what's going on while we're watching, because while we're watching, I'm reading like, oh no, is this true?
Well,
if they don't win and Mexico wins tomorrow, it's over for them. That's hard. We know before the people actually playing the game. That's disgusting.
Dare I say, maybe, just maybe, Team USA didn't, quote, read the email because they didn't think it would apply.
Then they don't, I hate to say this, then they don't deserve it. Then it shows to me that they don't care as much as the other countries who are playing with all sorts of passion and different levels of excitement. They don't care as much then.
Imagine if you came into something feeling like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to move along. It would be like
they took Italy lightly.
It would
That's
almost,
also part of the truth.
It would almost be like if there was like a weird rule in the opening round of like the U.S. Open and like, I don't know, Roger Federer is like, yeah, I never really read the rules on that because there's no way I'm out in the first round. Like maybe the rules of, well, think about it.
No, they read the rules. He misunderstood them because when you hear what he said to Matt Vasgersian in this conversation, he's trying to explain that he wants to.
I think you were going to say conversation.
When you hear the conversation with Matt Vasgersian, he makes it very clear that Well, it's sort of a weird situation. Since we're moving forward, I want to give guys like Goldie an opportunity. He was just throwing dudes in because he really thought and understood that they were moving forward. Not the case. So either he misunderstood, he was misled. He did more than misspeak. I misspoke was not the response. I misunderstood is what happened.
Yeah.
Let's make that very clear.
But I have a question. If it all works out, and I am curious, I'm sure I could look it up, like the Vegas odds of the U.S. advancing, because there's a few scenarios in which it could happen. If all is fine and Mexico wins 8-1 or Italy wins, like whatever the case may be, do we just forget this, or will this always be like a blunder in your mind? Like, remember when DeRosa, like, I think it's one of those, like, you know, if a field goal kicker misses a field goal but their team gets the ball back and they win anyway, it's almost like no harm, no foul. Ooh, you made an error in the bottom
away
of the,
with one.
You made a big error in the top of the ninth, but your team walked it off in the bottom of the ninth. Like,
yeah, like no one's rooting harder for Team Italy than Mark DeRosa and Team USA right now, just to save them from that.
I heard he sent them over a charcuterie board
For real, dude.
with really good.
And by the way,
Italy.
yeah,
Italy.
and the weakest, that is the weakest feeling when you're not in control of your destiny. You're just sort of sitting there waiting to see what happens, and that's exactly what we're all going to be doing an hour and a half from now as that game goes underway.
Team USA and gamblers are like looking at like the over, like they're like, okay, we need to keep it under this or over that, and it's like high tension, high anxiety.
Don't you guys really think that Mexico scoring 5 or more is the likely?
Yeah, I would think based on Mexico has
That's my
Yeah.
instinct, too.
Yeah.
the biggest, like Covino said, Italy's going to have to go the bullpen
They're
more
spent,
than they're
yeah.
spent,
Yeah.
and Mexico has some bats. So
Yeah. So Mexico by 5 or more. Mexico by 5 or more. Mexico by 5 or more.
Yo, hey Sam, can you give us a grito?
Yeah, let's. That's it.
Thanks, Sam.
That's it.
That
But
was an
Rich is,
anxiety-ridden Grito.
Rich is absolutely right, though.
That's how the bettors feel.
Mexico might play with a strategy, and keep note of that. Keep note of that. If they know the rules better than DeRosa does, then there may be strategy involved. So that's one story from last night. And, you watch this game in disbelief. You're calling up your buddies. You're like, can you believe this? And to see it come down to Aaron Judge was also heartbreaking because, this guy just gets so much criticism. And, there's a debate in itself. I saw our boy Sal Licata saying that him versus Soto would also be a big controversy moving forward. Did you see that clip?
He sent it to me, and I love Sal, but I think I was like at my kids' practice or something. But
okay.
I know that they were arguing whether or not that's good for baseball, like watching like.
He was saying that he would choose his guy Soto because he's a Met over Team USA. He doesn't want Aaron Judge, regardless of USA
To
or
outdo
anything,
Juan Soto?
to outdo Juan Soto
Well,
because
I mean-
your alliance should be with
Your
the
guy?
players you root for.
Well, I mean, listen, Sal, we worked with him at
I'm
SNY.
like,
He's
the
a big
players. Hold on, the players you root for doesn't take precedence over patriotism. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
Well,
especially with this team, the Team USA team, very likable.
Well,
aside
I gave
from this
that.
blunder.
I gave that scenario to Danny. I said, "What if it was Ohtani for the win versus like a guy you hate? Like you're going for the USA." By the way, according to Las Vegas, they've done the number crunching, which you could imagine because this is like.
Well, last I saw, the lowest percentage of probability was USA moving forward. That's the last I saw. Things changed. What do you got?
Incorrect.
Okay, go ahead. Break it down.
Sportsbook haven't posted a clear USA to advance line, but based on the run over under
Okay.
and based on who's favored to win, you could then deduce. There's no particular bet you can make through DraftKings or any casino, but when you look at the over under, what team's favored, runs, pitcher, matchups, everything, they're saying the U.S. 60 to 70% chance to move forward based on if you really crunch the numbers.
Okay, so
Because
we'll be on the edge of our seat.
there's a couple things that could happen. There's no clear like one path only. So 60 to 70% chance.
And you're going to see some really fun, scrappy baseball tonight, the way it's meant to be played. Lots of fun, lots of hand gestures, lots of cool handshakes.
And can I tell you before
flashy
last?
celebrations, sombreros, espresso,
Before
of
the
gabagool.
before the espresso bar was open last night, before the Sambuca was poured, before the cheesecake and coffee,
I saw Cervelli eating panettone in the dugout.
before the celebrations, the U.S. was a plus 225 odds-on favorite to win the whole WBC.
Yeah.
So we're talking 12 hours ago. I'm sorry, 24 hours ago when we were doing the show yesterday. They were like a 2-1 favorite. Like, it wasn't even a good bet. Like, bet 100, bet 100 to win 200 type of thing. It wasn't even a good bet.
And by the way, if you're wondering why we're harping on it, big time blunder, but this tournament has also been next level exciting because the players involved seem to really, really care about it, and that shows to the fans and shows to everybody. Again, showing lots of pride in representing their countries. So we got to show the same amount of pride and show the same amount of care that they do.
Start cheering and bat flipping, everybody.
And,
Come on.
Yeah, let's see some excitement. Let's see some support. And
Yo, they got a cappuccino.
let's hope that Mexico scores 5 or more tonight.
They got an espresso machine and all that. You know what we need? What's very American? Get a slushy machine. Pour some slushies.
What's very American? Yeah, like a big gulp. Give them a big gulp.
Hot dogs on a rotating thing like at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, listen, we'll get your feedback next.
Some gas station pizza.
Covino and Rich. Now, if your business is struggling, let's talk about how you can find the qualified candidates you need. ExpressPros.com. Nearly half of the hiring decisions and decision makers say that finding top talent for your company is the biggest challenge, and the average cost of hiring someone new, about $4,700. So every new employee is an investment.
How about hiring differently? Let Express Employment Professionals streamline your hiring process. Streamline your hiring process, saving you time and money. Get started at expresspros.com.
Sorry, you misspoke.
No. I misunderstood because in Jersey we would say streamline.
Yeah. There's also hidden costs with hiring, lost productivity, endless interviews, and the impact on team morale. That could add up fast. So with Express, you do it more efficiently. Visit expresspros.com to find the location near you. With Express Recruiters, they have a local network of talent ready to go to work.
Keep people at the center of your hiring process with your local Express team. Don't let turnover slow you down. Focus on growing your business while Express finds the talent you need to succeed.
Hey, guys, whether you need contract workers or full-timers, fast-track hiring with Express. Visit expresspros.com today. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success. The Brewers get a couple highly touted prospects from the Mets. And this is a segment I like to call Who Gives a Rat's Ass About Prospects?
Good one. Little wordy, but I like it.
I don't give a rat's ass.
I don't give a rat's ass. Because in baseball, football, basketball, it's the equivalent of like late round draft picks. I get it. It's nice to have that equity. It's nice to have those picks. It's nice to have those prospects. But we, more so than ever, name the sport. It's like Amazon, Prime Now. You order something, you want it that day or the next morning. We don't have the patience. Like, oh, Covino, I ordered a new jacket or some sneakers. They come in next Friday. Yeah, no thanks. I'm going to try to find a pair that gets on my doorstep tomorrow.
Right now.
We are impatient. So why do you think people want to wait for prospects? I have Met fan friends that are like, man, I'm excited about Peralta, but we gave up Jet Williams and Sprout. I'm like, Sprout was 0-2 last year with an ERA around 5. He's a young, talented guy, but, I mean, do you want to wait for this guy to work out?
I want to know the numbers of how many times players to be named later or prospects ever really pans out. It can't be that often.
And you know what? Your team knows who they are. Like, and the other one was Jet Williams, who's like, he's like 5'8", crafty little, like, center fielder. I'm like, the Mets don't need that.
Yeah,
So
and I'm sure he's good, and I wish him the best and all, but he's not the Freddie Peralta you need right now.
I think every franchise in all sports, they know like the one or two guys that got away over the years, right? Because your franchise agonizes over it. Like, oh my God, you know, the Mets traded away Nolan Ryan in the 60s or the 70s. You know those guys. Even right now, the Mets, they let PCA, Crow Armstrong, get away.
Mm-hmm.
But he had like a mediocre second half. He's a really good player, but like, hey, you got to win now. And to me, when people say,
Yeah, but you need the pieces that you need too, though. Like you said, you need starting pitching, and that's what you got.
to me, give me a starting pitcher that is a frontline guy like a Freddie Peralta, and I'll give you 10 farm system guys because who cares? You have Luis Robert, you have Soto, Lindor, Polanco. If you're a Mets fan, you have all these guys. Like, so who cares about a guy?
By the way, Rich, you're always quick to remind your friends and everybody on Fox Sports Radio, like, to get what you need or to get somebody of quality, you have to give up something. Trades don't work just one way and that's it. You can't ask for an MVP caliber player or an all-star or 17-win pitcher and expect to give up nothing.
I heard
that's not how trades work.
I heard a Knicks fan the other day, one of my buddies on the East Coast, he's like, man, it would be really cool if they got Giannis. What if we gave him, and he just started naming like Knicks bench players. I'm like, that's not how trades work.
That's not how it works, dude. I mean, that sounds great and all, but that's not how it goes. So if you want a quality player, you have to probably give up some potential or another quality player.
You can't get Scooble from the Tigers for a bag of potato chips and a utility infielder.
I think baseball is unique because of the prospects. We rarely see player for player in the NFL, so it's player for draft pick. And in the NBA, same sort of deal. But what is interesting to what you're saying is I think that people thought that the normal argument was going to be rich get richer. Look, Brewers trading their ace because of whatever. There are some in Milwaukee who are very frustrated with this move because of how good last season went, because of what their strength was. I mean, they didn't hit it all in the NLCS against the Dodgers, but this is also the reason why the Brewers have perennially been in the postseason year after year after year following this sort of route. But I think ultimately, to your point, Rich, in baseball, the name player is always going to win. It's immediately always going to win. Now, Jet Williams, could be a 10-time Gold Glover, by 2037, and then we'll look back at it. But right now, it feels like you're getting something for nothing.
Yeah, but right now you have Soto, Lindor, and all these guys that are getting older every year. Go get Freddie Peralta if you can.
The Rangers got Mackenzie Gore today for 5 minor leaguers from the Nationals.
Yeah, 5 guys that maybe one works out, but we'll figure that out, like you said, in years from now.
Yeah.
I never care about that. It's like a stock that blew up. It's like, well, at the time I didn't know. So why do you cry about it?
Man, I should have bought Bitcoin
no,
when
it really
was whatever.
is. It's like, yeah, man, I had it. But at the time you didn't know. So what difference does that make? Yeah, in retrospect, all you could do is shrug about it. Like, well, oh well. So if Sprout or Williams becomes a thing, hey, what are you going to do? You needed Peralta in the moment. Ooh, we're bringing the soul power on the Covino and Rich show. Everything at Covino and Rich on social media. Rock on! Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. Danny G's on the phone. Steve B's got your update in just a few minutes. Now, we got some phone calls coming in, 877-99 on Fox. We're going to be playing Mike's Words of Wisdom, giving away prizes. Midweek Major coming up.
Yeah.
But right now, we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Your next success can begin sooner than you think. Put your goals within reach at University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university. Undergraduate and most graduate classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. I'm Steve El Guapo Covino. That is Rich Dicky Doodleboy Davis.
Oh, God, what does that even mean?
I don't know. But we are together, the Voltron of radio, at Covino and Rich
All right. Well,
on Fox Sports Radio.
We talked quite a bit about.
Well, yesterday was a
world-
three-headed monster
Well, yeah, 'cause
of what?
Well, yesterday was a big day of, well, what story's more like what?
Team USA, Adebayo with his 83 points, Max Crosby drama. So there's lots to get through today.
We're picking them apart one at a time. We covered the WBC, but I did mention in passing that there's a great documentary. If you're a big basketball fan, or even not, if you're just a casual fan, I started watching it at the barbershop. They were playing Soul Power, the story of the ABA. It's on Prime, and it's awesome. And someone wanted to chime in?
Yeah, Dwight in Idaho wanted to talk about that.
Yo, Dwight, so far what I've seen looks pretty good, man. Dwight.
Hey, Dwight.
Oh, Dwight. Oh, Dwight.
Hey, Dwight. What happened to Dwight? Is he all right?
He pulled over, went to go get some jerky and a slushy or something? Dwight! We'll never know.
Oh,
well, you know what?
man.
While you figure out if Dwight's okay, let's go to Dan Byer for an update. DB, what's going on, my friend?
Guys, so much going on. Just on the heels of the World Baseball Classic, you're talking about Italy and Mexico. Right now on Fox Sports 2, Canada leads Cuba 5-2 in the bottom of the seventh. Winner of this game advances in the bracket. Loser goes home in Pool A. All right, let's get to the NFL news because we've got some action going on. First of all, transaction-wise, Cardinals released quarterback Kyler Murray. Multiple reports say the Vikings are going to meet with Murray. They're the leader right now to sign him as a free agent. Kirk Cousins has been let go by the Atlanta Falcons, so that quarterback now a free agent as well. Bradley Chubb, released by the Dolphins, now signed by the Buffalo Bills. 3-year deal worth more than, I should say, formerly of the Dolphins, gets a 3-year deal to play in Buffalo, more than $43 million. Less than a day after backing out of their trade with the Raiders for defensive end Max Crosby, the Baltimore Ravens signed free agent defensive end Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year deal. It's worth $112 million with $60 million guaranteed. GM Eric DaCosta speaking just moments ago about what happened with Max Crosby.
Nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. Big regret for me. But we will move on as a football team, and I think there's many, many opportunities for us to grow as a team, to become a better team, to build a roster, and to be the team that we want to be.
Now you say, what a coincidence that now you sign Hendrickson a day after this falls through. DaCosta says that they had a plan for both.
We came to a point probably after we lost Tyler where Trey kind of made a lot of sense as a possible guy to look at, thinking that potentially we'd have 2 pass rushers on the defensive line on both sides of the line.
So that's his reasoning.
He's gutted. I don't know what's funnier, him being gutted or Rob Parker on the network saying that he was heartbroken about canceling Magic City Night.
I'm heartbroken. I'm so sad.
One other NFL, 2 others actually from the NFL guys. Colts and quarterback Daniel Jones agreed to terms on a 2-year deal, and the NFL is considering playing a game on the night before Thanksgiving, possibly as soon as next season. Syracuse fired men's basketball coach Adrian Autry today after 3 seasons and no appearances in the NCAA tournament. Right now in the ACC, Louisville just topped SMU 62-58, while in the Big 12, Cincinnati and UCF are in overtime, tied up at 58 apiece. Auburn, a bubble team, just beat Mississippi State 79-61. Steph Curry going to miss another 5 games with his knee injury. Guys, back to you.
You know, it's interesting. I went to Syracuse, and I happened to go there when both teams, basketball and football, were good. And I can only imagine the experience for a college kid is so different if the team stinks or they're good. I remember watching. I went there. I had a crossover year with Donovan McNabb, and I was there right before Carmelo Anthony. But the team was still like, a March Madness team. So I can't imagine, going
Definitely,
to a school.
it's a different level of
Like
pride,
our
I
video
imagine.
guy Spot went to Maryland the year they won the national title. And he talks about how great it was.
I've said Carrier Dome, one of the 5 places that I think I probably watched college basketball the most growing up because Syracuse was that good.
It's fun.
And I've seen maybe 2 games at the Carrier Dome on TV in the last 3 years or during the Adrian Autry era.
There was time.
It's not there.
There's actually proof that good football teams and maybe to a lesser degree good basketball teams drive admissions higher.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
And hot women, hot women as well.
They absolutely do, but it does mix. Some schools don't, like if you're a basketball guy, you don't love that the football team is, some make it work, others don't. The basketball team would rather the football team stink.
Yeah, they want the attention.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Thank you, DB. Now, on the heels of what Dan Byer said, one of the other big stories, of course, is Max Crosby back to the Raiders? Deal.
And apparently,
or no deal. And apparently the
first
no deal.
guy there today, right? So he was already there with the Raiders, like a pro.
He went to work with his lunchbox.
That's cool. And I don't know if there's any update
Was
here.
it
I'm sure Dan would have told us.
Alf lunchbox, or what was it?
But
No,
do
he's
the
more
Raiders
of a Darth Vader guy.
He-Man lunchbox?
Really?
Star Wars.
He's a Transformers dude, I thought. Do the Raiders keep him now because there's so many teams that are going to be interested? I'm already hearing rumors maybe about your 49ers,
Cowboys
Rich, the
in the mix,
Cowboys,
right?
the Bears, the Rams. I mean, it's endless as far as opportunities because the truth is he's still just recovering from an injury. It's not like he necessarily failed and isn't going to get better when it comes to this physical.
Now, based off of what Dan Beyer played, the audio from the Ravens front office, saying like they're gutted, like they wanted it to go through. I heard Diana Rossini, a friend of ours, on Dan Patrick this morning. And Danny, you and I were talking about it last night.
She had the inside scoop from the horse's mouth. She spoke to Max Crosby and gave the juice here on Fox Sports Radio this morning.
And Danny G, you and I were saying the same thing, which is like it just feels like, is there a possibility there was buyer's remorse? And when a guy's recovering, a doctor could find something. Now, you could say that's shady behavior. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I gave you the analogy. If someone went through someone's significant other's phone, you could find the most innocent thing and maybe be like, what's this?
Oh,
If you're
when you're
looking
looking
for
hard
something,
enough,
you
you'll
can find something. So I feel like were they looking for something enough just to be able to say no deal? Like, was there buyer's remorse? Like, oh man, we're giving up all these picks, and I don't know.
It felt that way immediately because they had lost so many of their players to free agency that suddenly they were looking at things like, okay, we have Max Crosby. Now we have his contract too, and we lost 2 first-round picks. How are we going to replenish? And the Ravens, they don't normally trade first-round picks. Well, usually they're not up in the top 15 either, but they normally don't deal picks away like this, and they've always drafted pretty well. So right away, it was not – it didn't pass the sniff test, and so immediately even NFL insiders were saying, hey, something's not going right
What
here.
about the credibility
with this.
of team doctors, though?
Well, that's the thing. The doctors, they're called team doctors because they work for the team.
They work for the team. They're highly paid from the
so if
teams.
the front office says to their team doctor, hey, kind of changed our mind here because we want our two first-round picks back, the team doctor is going to do what they say.
But I'm saying this just for the sake of conversation. Could it be that maybe the doctors did see something with the healing process that might not,
100%.
make it a fair deal for them?
There's something that maybe they did see that worried them long-term for Max Crosby.
I have 2 questions. Number one, I was saying didn't have to beep sniff test, number one. And number 2.
Sniff test could mean anything.
All right,
What? That's not what I dumped.
Is this milk old or not? Take a sniff.
And number 2, Daniel Jones just signed an extension and a new contract. And when there's an understanding that this guy's recovering, clearly he's not 100% ready right now. Isn't that part of the understanding?
That's the thing. And Kirk Morrison had been saying this for a couple of weeks on every Raider podcast I listened to, pointing out that Crosby couldn't pass a physical to be on the field today, but in June he could. So you got to have a little bit of a leap of faith as long as the healing process is going the right way, which if you follow Max Crosby on his social media accounts, he shares a lot of his life. So I saw him go from the rolling thing when people have leg injuries to the cast off to standing on his basketball court shooting shots. He's coming along, and Raider insiders are saying he's a little bit ahead of schedule, which is actually what his agent and doctor also said.
And if you're connecting the dots, Ravens clearly knew that, and they know the healing process, and they knew what they were signing up for. So was this their excuse to back out of it, as Rich said, buyer's remorse? Not Dan Buyer's remorse. Actual purchaser, buyer's remorse.
Quickly, Adam Schefter reported that the Cowboys doctor was one of the doctors that actually reviewed Max Crosby's knee. He had done the surgeries for Patrick Mahomes and Malik Neighbors as well. He was the one that didn't pass. And some people were wondering, because he reviewed it, was he trying to get the Cowboys back in on it? That's not the case at all. But it was he was one of the doctors to look at.
Yeah, so the speculation's fun, right? And it is interesting to think about those things. But maybe the truth is simple. Maybe Maybe he's not healing the way they expected him to be healing at this point. Maybe the meniscus still looks damaged in ways that I don't know.
Where this really blocks the Raiders, though, Dan just brought up the Cowboys. They traded for Rashawn Gary. A lot of these teams that were in line
they made
behind
their moves,
the Ravens,
right?
they already made their moves, spent their money, and so now the Raiders lose their leverage.
It's like dating someone. Wait, I started dating her. I didn't know you were still single.
Yeah, it's a weird situation, man. A lot of moving parts.
Oh.
The Max Crosby drama is real, and the moment that broke yesterday, you're like, wait, what? So what happens now? And what happened so far is he's back with the Raiders until someone else bites and makes a move.
He's already a maniac on the field. Can you imagine this chip on his shoulder?
Oh, my God. My takeaways, Max Crosby's going to be a man on a mission. DeRosa doesn't know what the heck he's doing. And the third thing, we need to find a way to do a feature called Buyer's Remorse. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
This has been a decade in the works. People have tried this.
What's the right,
we did it with Doug, didn't we?
Yeah,
we did it with
Doug
Gottlieb.
Been there, done that.
Yes.
But like funny.
It's better.
Hey, it was my segment. It was my segment, you jerks. Yeah, jeez.
No, I'm sorry.
Wait, can I just one more thing? I'm sorry if you guys mentioned this, but did you see the meme of the Ravens doctor being portrayed as Joe Burrow? He's like, nope, does not pass sniff test. Can't do it.
I like that because, yes, that would make it extra tough on him
Joey
moving
B.
forward. And, speaking of coming back with a chip on your shoulder, Rich, we sort of got it right because that's what Geno Smith was saying about his return to the Jets. He's saying, you know what? He's got a major chip on his shoulder, and we'll see what happens.
All right, we have more CNR next on a Way Back Wednesday. Let's go. Let's go to a guy that knows all these things. Fights, NFL, everything. One of my pals, lights out. Let's give it up for Sean Merriman. What's up, Sean?
Yo, what's up, my man? How you doing?
We're good, man. I'm bummed that you're not here, and I'm bummed Covino's not here because I know you guys he always gets the yips when he tries to give you a bro hug and a handshake.
We finally got it right, man. After all these years, we finally connected on something.
Nice. Well, at Sean Merriman, you could always catch up with all the cool things he's doing, but I got to ask right out the gate, you're a guy, lights out, you know fights, you know NFL. What's your initial take on this Tom Brady, Logan Paul beef?
Look, I just think it's great promotion for them, right, with the flag football game they got going. People are talking about it. I mean, when you're trying to promote something, it doesn't matter what you think or if you think it's silly or not. If people are talking about it, then that's good promotion, and people are. Now, I think in my opinion, it crossed the line a little bit when they started to talking about fighting, which Logan now is talking about all NFL players. Look, if you want to challenge Tom Brady and tell him you'll knock his head off, no problem, right? Great promotion. But now you're getting into an area where there's real danger. Right,
yeah.
and I don't want to take anything away from Logan because I think he's done a hell of a job in WWE. He is much more of an athlete than people give him credit for. But you're talking about like professional athletes who do things to other people for a living, right?
Yeah. So my first thought is when I think of a Myles Garrett or a Bosa brother or some big dude like a Crosby. Could Logan Paul, I can't imagine, no matter how skilled he is boxing, I feel like all those guys would whoop his ass. Am I wrong?
Well, look, I'm not going to say this because I've been around this sport and I've been around some of the best and trained and sparred some of the best fighters in the world. You don't just walk off the field and just become a good boxer because you're stronger. Those muscles and things do not translate into boxing or fighting in general. It don't. But that being said, Logan did knock out Floyd Mayweather, who's 160 pounds, right? And so if you can knock out Floyd Mayweather, you're probably not going to knock out a guy that's 250 pounds of all muscle. I just don't see it. And I don't get me wrong, Floyd is the greatest of all time or one of. But again, you didn't knock him out. And so I think that's where you kind of got to draw the line. If you can't knock him out, how are you going to knock out a guy like Myles Garrett?
Sean Merriman here on Covino Rich, at Sean Merriman, lights out. Every time I see you and I go in to give you a little handshake and a hug, you're built like a rock. And I know you spar, you're a fight guy. What's your thoughts? Do you think you could take out Logan Paul?
First of all, I don't hit children. That's one. You know, I think I'm taking myself out of the mix because, for one, I'm 41 and I actually have years of experience in training and being in there. Mm-hmm. Not saying that I'm a fighter at all, but I've been in there with like some real dogs. So I want to take myself out. Plus, I don't think that Logan would even think about going down that path. I think the better fight would be Le'Veon. I think that Le'Veon's been training. Yep. He is a notable NFL player. He has a good background. He has a big fan base, a big following on social media. It makes sense. It makes sense for Le'Veon to do the deal. But I see the roadblocks that Logan is putting up now. Right, practice, $1 million in escrow, and it got to be this way, and no judge. I'm like, just say you don't want to do it. Right?
Okay.
Just say you don't want to do it. So that's what I see.
Now, when you take out tackling and all the toughness that goes into playing NFL football, and you make it flag football, which is more maybe skill based. When you take out, like I said, a lot of layers of the game, could Logan Paul compete in flag football? From what you've seen, you think is it going to be a different game? Are we going to be shocked at who's good at it?
No, I think that Logan is a great athlete. I think he's going to look good on the football field, but so will a lot of people when you don't get hit, right?
Yep.
That's why I don't pay attention too much. Like when the OTAs start in football and minicamp and they run around in helmets and jerseys, everybody look good. You got your sleeves rolled up and oil on your biceps. Guys are running around there fast, and then you put the pads on, and then those strong guys go away.
Yeah.
So and that's what I think Logan's going to do. He's going to look great. I'm sure he is an athlete. He's going to have some fun out there, but he would never dare step on a football field, not if he value his life.
Oh, today is 3/11 day, bro. So a little 3/11.
Yeah.
3/11 meaning indecent exposure.
3/11.
3/11.
So 3/11 in progress is like a streaker?
Yeah. So thank you for being down with Covino and Rich. Get it down. Because we come original, bro. CNR on FSR. Steve Covino, Rich Davis, Danny G, Sam Byer. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. It's getting late early this hour, Rich.
Tire Rack, and some people unhappy with how this play went down. The NBA couldn't let the NFL and WBC have all the headlines, so you saw what happened last night with Bam. Take a listen.
80 points for Bam. Woo! On his 40th free throw attempt. His 33rd make. His records now as well.
Ooh.
For 81. For Kobe.
Most ever free throws, right? 36 of 43 from the foul line. And that's the controversy is, how he got the points and who they played against.
No, we'll break it down coming up, so don't you worry.
83 points. Some people unhappy, like Rich said. It's the Tire Rack play of the day. Bam had 83 points. Second now behind Wilt's 100-point game, courtesy of WQAM Heat Radio Network. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
No one will ever get you better tires than Tire Rack, and no one will ever score over 100 points in the NBA. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, he had 83. If he hit all the free throws, he would have had 89. What did he miss?
He would have had 90.
90? To me, though, there's just
36 of 43.
Yeah, there's just a sense of like 100's just like absurd, right? So, hey, Bam 83, we'll discuss. Was it legit? Yes, it was, but was it awesome? I don't know. We'll get to that. We'll talk a little more NFL. We got Mike's words of wisdom, and of course, Iowa Sam. I'm excited to hear your midweek major, all the stories that you might have missed in sports and entertainment. We do that next, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You were the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Today, the Baltimore Ravens signed defensive end Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $112 million. It was yesterday that the Ravens backed out of a deal that would have had them acquiring Max Crosby from the Raiders for 2 first-round picks. Ravens GM Eric DeCosta talking about the situation today.
Nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. A big regret for me, but we will move on as a football team, and I think there's many opportunities for us to grow as a team, to become a better team, to build a roster, and to be the team that we want to be.
DeCosta said after they lost Tyler Linderbaum in free agency, they had hoped to acquire Crosby and sign Trey Hendrickson. Buffalo Bills signed former Dolphins defensive end Bradley Chubb to a 3-year deal. The Cardinals released quarterback Kyler Murray. Vikings reportedly the front runner for his services. Falcons let go of Kirk Cousins. Syracuse has fired men's basketball coach Adrian Autry. Rory McIlroy still undecided if he'll play in the Players' Championship starting tomorrow. I'm Dan Beyer.
Woohoo! Hey, that's us! CNR, baby, yeah! Sweeping the nation! The world famous Covino and Rich.
What's
We're
up, man?
infamous, which is more than famous.
Know who
and
taught
we're
me that?
streaming live. Who taught you that?
That was taught to me by, was it El Guapo?
Oh, why El Guapo? We're going
It's
to
a
have
sweater!
a plethora of giveaways today with Mike's Words of Wisdom. But right now, broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Remember, with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever, whenever. The new and improved iHeartRadio app, just search Fox Sports Radio and stream away, bro.
Woo-wee.
I'm Steve Covino. That's Rich. We be rocking out. And remember, for over 40 years.
Don't tell me. I know. Tire Rack.
Tire
You don't
Rack.
have to tell me. I know.
Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road
Don't tell
hazard
me.
protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation.
Don't tell me,
What?
because before you called Tire Rack, last time you got a flat,
Yeah,
Covino's like, I put duct tape on my tire.
I did. Just to get me from point A to point B. But with
duct
Tire
tape.
Rack, no worries. TireRack.com.
They'll help you.
The way tire buying should be. Now, this hour, we got Midweek Major with Iowa Sam, and we got Mike's Words of Wisdom. But a quick reminder.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Thursday, we go old school when 50 hits.
Oh, yeah.
But we also celebrate something that we started called SGA Day. And that means we get to show up in our most ridiculous outfit. But it's whatever we have in our closet that we're too scared. Sometimes men especially aren't willing to take those fashion risks, those style chances in life, because your friends, they bust your chops when you try to do anything different. So tomorrow we'll take those chances and we'll wear our best Yeti outfit, fur coat, whatever he was wearing recently.
You could play along on the Fox Sports Radio Covino and Rich YouTube page. Now, before we get to Mike's Words of Wisdom in a second, any final thoughts on Max Crosby? Not to the Ravens, back to the Raiders.
Well,
They signed
yes.
Trey Hendrickson and the owner. There is no Thelma. Who is calling?
It's the Gotham bat line right there.
Yeah.
Just keeps going off.
Hello, Commissioner Gordon.
I do have a few thoughts. I think we hear these stories and we forget that there's real people involved, right? We think they're robot gladiators with no real emotion. We don't really seem to care. But for a second, realize the emotional roller coaster that Max Crosby had to go through. So therefore, the chip on his shoulder. And I'm wondering, does he now want to stay with the Raiders? Like, what is he really thinking? Does he want to see who wants him the most, whether it be the Cowboys, the Bears, the 49ers? Like, where's the best opportunity for him? But for a minute, just think about what it would be like for you to be somewhere and you're all pumped and you've already shifted your mindset about, I guess I'm a Raven moving forward. This is crazy. Only to get it swept back, and now you're back in Vegas as a Raider. It's sort of weird, man. It's got to be a weird feeling for him. And again, they talked about it on Dan Patrick.
Yeah.
But
Your girl, Diana Rossini, actually mentioned that. She said, think about Max Crosby getting his family onto this jet, flying to Baltimore, and then going into the facility there. And she said that the word was the atmosphere was kind of off from the beginning of his visit.
Well,
and then he had to go into the office with them, and then they gave him the bad news, and he had to fly back after saying a big goodbye and everything to everybody in Vegas and having that sobriety party he had / going away party.
That's the really awkward part. You made all these phone calls, you said your goodbyes, you hugged everybody, you mentally accepted it, and then it's grand opening, grand closing. And now what? Like, I'm wondering what he really feels deep down. And as a fan, Danny G, what would you want? Like, are you pumped that you got him back?
It's weird. It's mixed emotions because for a few days you got used to the fact that, okay, you got the number 14 pick now. They obviously the front office, the new regime, they have a vision.
You were kind of pumped about the moves they were making.
I loved the moves they were making, and they're still great moves. But now that veteran guy who could go help a team that's ready to win in the postseason right now, which is not the Raiders, is on your team. Do the Raiders do they need him right now for 2026? No, but he's a man on a mission. And what I'd say is I would restructure his contract if he's down for it. And then that way your cap hit is for this season at least is there's a little bit of a cushion for you to get some depth, some
and there
more
has
depth.
to be a tiny shadow of doubt, a little bit of speculation on, well, what did they really see that made them back out? Is there truth to what
I don't think
they're
Crosby's
saying?
worried about that. He's probably like,
his value has to be dipped down a little bit.
No, because everyone thinks it's BS.
This happened with Drew Brees.
You sure about that?
This happened with Drew Brees and the Dolphins, remember?
If the sentiment across the board
But
is that
if you're making a trade for him, are you sure you're just going to, it's BS and roll with that?
You'll have your doctors look at it, but I think the sentiment is that people feel in general that there's a little fishy about this. And I thought of a few different things. Have you ever gone on a job interview? It could have been an internship or it could have been a job where you are pretty sure I might take this job, and then last minute you change your mind and you almost think like, man, I went there and I was pretty sure that would be my life now. And then you're like, no, I'm going to stay at my old job. I think everyone's done the oopsie daisy. Have you ever been to a job one day and you're like, yeah, this isn't for me? And you go back or something? It's happened, and I can't have a conversation without bringing up a New York Met, right? Do you guys remember, because this was a national story.
I thought you were going to bring up Costanza.
Just showing back up after he quit. Wilmer Flores, who I believe is still on the Giants.
He's still playing.
Yeah, last I
check,
checked, he's a San Francisco Giant. He came up from the time he was a teenager, drafted into the Mets farm system. He was a New York Met. And do you remember that footage of when he found out mid-game he had been traded?
Yeah, he was
Waterworks. He was crying on the field
on TV,
and hugging all his teammates, crying the tears, only to find out deal fell through. Stays on the Mets. So those emotional moments, you can't tell me Max Crosby didn't have that moment like, well, I guess silver and black's behind me. How many idiotic fans do you think threw out their jersey? Maybe someone was smart enough to buy a jersey on the discount rack.
Any half-intelligent fan did not do that. And Crosby had a 13-minute goodbye, very heartfelt, saying he would come back and end his career with the Raider. He would always stay a Raider. So there was no love lost. But what I will say is now Max Crosby, if he stays with the Raiders, imagine him winning with Fernando. If Fernando Mendoza turns out to be the real deal and in a couple of seasons can lead that team to the postseason, and I know I'm big dreaming here, bro, but in 3-4 seasons, if Fernando lifts that trophy and Max Crosby happens to be on the squad, then the narrative's going to be like, oh, my God, this guy was not a Raider for a few days.
He could have missed out on it.
Teddy G, when you said the Super Bowl, Dan Byer spit out his coffee.
I think he was talking to me as well when he said, hey, bro. That's why.
Well, look, we got Kubiak. We got Dan's offensive coordinator. So
I'll tell you what. You mentioned the Wilmer Flores. That was a trade with the Brewers, by the way. There was a time when the Seahawks moved for a weekend to Anaheim. This was in the late 1990s that they had moved to Anaheim. They were about to be relocated, and then the NFL stopped it, put up for sale. Paul Allen bought them, and the rest is history. But for a weekend, they were like the Anaheim Seahawks.
It's like a psych, and it happens in life. Rich and I have friends that announced divorces, and we're like, hey, man, we're so sorry about it. Like a few months later, they're back with their relationship, and it's like, wait, so there's just. You were just kidding, I guess? What happened?
You guys are good?
I thought you had a new apartment and everything. Now you're back in?
There's a guy we work with here. I won't call him out, but he gave everyone like a bro hug goodbye, and then he's like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm staying.
I want my goodbye back.
Give me that.
So it was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. And again, as we said, yesterday was a three-headed monster of drama.
Mm-hmm.
World Baseball Classic, Team USA pulled the boner, as the expression goes.
You're not going to beep that either, huh?
No, because that means bonehead move.
I know.
Bonehead move from Mark DeRosa, not knowing the rules. The whole team should be embarrassed. And, of course, Max Crosby back with the Raiders. That drama and conspiracy. There's a lot of speculation there. And we didn't even get the Bam Adebayo yet. And we won't until we play Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom.
Hi, Mike. How are
We'll
you?
talk Bam next. What up, Mike?
Hello, gentlemen.
Mike, what are your thoughts on everything we've talked about so far today? I know you're sitting in your office just with your ears glued to CNR every day.
I think that the Raiders need to move on from Max Crosby.
Oh, so you think they just need to find a new shooter now?
Exactly. They need to get what they can for him. I don't think he's happy there. I'm sure he loves the fan base and he loves the town and he likes being a Raider. I don't think he's happy with the way he's been treated there by the management. And
even if there's new people around now,
I just don't think it's repairable. That's all I'm saying.
But that roster, Mike, is a lot better today than it was on Friday when he left.
Danny, don't come at me with your myopic Raider whatever.
No, that's the truth. That's not me. Okay, they signed some good players, and trust me, I'm surprised because last offseason, the Raiders did not go out on a spending spree like the Patriots and Chicago Bears, but this season they did.
There were times that Max Crosby on the field, when healthy, looked so frustrated just playing on that team at times.
We'll see. I mean,
yeah, because he kept giving
keep
the
your
ball
optimism,
back.
Danny. I think it's cute.
Well, look, Max Crosby and the whole fan base was frustrated last season because he and the defense would give the ball back to the offense, and they would keep going 3 and out. Yeah. And so I'd be a frustrated defensive player as well.
All right. Well, Mike is here. His words of wisdom might not be on the Raiders, Danny, but he's got words of wisdom. And we do this every Wednesday, give away some prizes. Mike's words of wisdom.
It's time for the guy that runs this place.
Just for clarification, guys, Big Mike does not run this place. He is not in charge of everything. He has no power over really anybody here. He does not run this place.
It's Big Mike's Words of Wisdom on a Wednesday.
When starting a new endeavor, you don't need to know everything today. You just need to learn a little more than yesterday.
What does that even mean?
I heard you telling the new editor Mike that earlier.
Well, we did have a new guy start today, and in celebration of starting new things, and Max Crosby looking to hopefully start somewhere new. I think I think it's important we talk about
Kyler Murray going to be starting somewhere new.
Right,
There's a lot of new
there's
beginnings.
a lot of new beginnings in the NFL right now.
Now, if you're new to the CNR experience, we do this every Wednesday. The rules are simple. You have to repeat that verbatim for your chance to win a prize pack. It's a CNR on FSR prize pack of mini Nerf footballs and koozies and whatever.
Feels like goodies.
Whatever
just for
Danny
you.
G has left over in the back. He'll throw you in a pack of Oreos, whatever. So, again, your chance to win now at 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. If you could repeat that word for word.
A book of matches from the liquor store, whatever. Yeah. Just whatever we got laying around. You want to read it one more time, Mike?
One
just
more
to
time.
Give everyone, okay, here we go.
When starting a new endeavor, you don't need to know everything today. You just need to learn a little more than yesterday.
And it's so true. All right.
Thank you, Mike.
877-99 on Fox. Repeat that and win. And we now shift gears to the third story of the three-headed, what is going on in the world of sports monster? Like you said, WBC, Max Crosby, and now Bam Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo, 83
I say
points.
Bayou.
Yeah, he's not living out in the bayou. Yeah, there's no bayou involved.
Bam's in the Adebayo.
Born on the bayou.
Bam Adebayo had 83 points, and again, not known for being a high-scoring NBA player. 20 of 43, 36 of 43 from the foul line, 7 for 22 when it came to 3 points against a Wizards team that kind of stinks. I mean, really stinks.
I mean,
and that's part of the criticism.
They might as well have had Dumbledore on the court.
But
I mean, they're wizards. Harry Potter was out there.
He still did it. Yeah. And by the way, the people that are mad about the Kobe thing, that's such a non-story. And that comes from a place of high respect and high regard for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant didn't hold the record. He was in second. Why do people not grasp
Like
that?
you can't get mad at second place.
He
I don't know. It's
surpassed
weird. It's like
the second place guy. It's not like Kobe Bryant was the record holder and he beat him in a weak performance, in a weak circumstance. No, that's not what happened. He just surpassed him as number 2 now.
Imagine being like
behind Wilt Chamberlain.
Imagine being like, oh man, you were voted second in the Cy Young instead of the third. Like, I don't know.
And by the way, everyone's
second place.
okay with Wilt Chamberlain having the 100 points, right?
Hello, Fox Sports Radio.
There's
Can I
so
take your
much
order?
controversy as to how he scored those 100 points. No one even knows how many blocked shots he had in that game, right? And who was he playing against? But everyone acknowledges that he had 100 points. So if we're going to acknowledge that he had 100 points, then it doesn't matter how Bam scored his 83. Yeah. He had 83.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is it's angry Kobe fans, and I get it. It really is. I saw.
Was it the coolest way to happen?
I saw a round table.
Was it from an unassuming or an unexpected, I should say, player? Yes.
Well, okay, let's be fair. How many times in the NBA just this season are we going to see and have already seen a big-time scorer go up against a crap-ass team that's tanking for the rest of the season anyway? So you talk about the Wizards being a terrible team who aren't – like, that happens every day in the league.
Still takes a lot to score 83
It
points.
still takes a damn lot to score 83 points. And frankly, I have to believe, and I'm a huge Laker fan myself, and I'm a Kobe guy, I have to think that Kobe – would have had absolutely no problem with any of this. And that if it was Kobe chasing Michael Jordan, who had 81 points, you damn straight Kobe would have been doing everything he could to get past 81.
Yeah. This is sort of the sentiment. I saw Michelle Beadle and some people on a roundtable show saying it could be entertaining that a man did what he did, but you could also be irritated because it was ugly, gross, and kind of cheap, especially the last 7 to 10 points. Kobe fans are angry. And that's really the sentiment you're seeing
angry
everywhere.
What? That he passed the number 2 guy? That's kind of corny to me, to be honest.
It sounds like, remember when Gastineau was mad about the Strahan sacks? Like, it was like, oh, it was
I think what they're upset about is it didn't seem like it came in the natural flow of the game.
It didn't come in the, oh, my God, he hit another 3. Oh, my God, he's unstoppable. He's on fire. It was more like, wow, the guy just got 40-something opportunities from the free throw line.
Or if the game was within 10 points it was during the beginning of the fourth quarter for Kobe.
It's called a 2-pack of ass.
Yeah.
The game was a 2-pack of ass yesterday.
20-point lead or whatever it was. So I think that's where the criticism is
where
coming
was
from.
the defense? What was that circus score that we saw last night? But
and they were fouling him. They just weren't fouling him Detroit Pistons style, which is what we would have saw in the 80s if a dude was going off like that.
83 is a hell of a lot of points.
Should there been, and the other controversy is, should they have pulled him out of respect for Kobe or whatever? And like Mike said, no way. In the name of competition, you leave him in there, let him go for it. I don't think even Kobe would have wanted to see that. 20 point. He's averaging 20 points this year per game. So that's why people are like, who did what?
And his career high prior to this was 41.
Wait, Bam, he's not even known for scoring like that. 83 points? I think that makes it a cooler story.
Truth be told,
this guy had like the game of his life. That's insane.
Truth be told, I got to ask because I saw the highlights like everyone, but I wasn't locked into a random Tuesday night Miami Heat game. From the jump, was it he just had the touch or did they just have a game plan? What? How do you even explain a guy that averages 20?
31 points in the first quarter.
I know, 31 in the first. So just
thank you, Mike.
Out the gate, he was unstoppable, and they just kept dishing, I guess, the whole game, and then fouls took over?
Yeah.
Well, that was Izzy's point on the show prior to ours, is that a lot of the national media only saw the last 7 to 10 points, as you read in that post, Rich.
Yeah.
So if you saw the first and second quarter, you saw how dominant he was
and in the
game.
beginning of the game, they were triple teaming the guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the way I found out, like a lot of people, I was coaching my kids' baseball yesterday, went out with some of the kids and the parents for burgers afterwards, and we were all watching the World Baseball Classic. We were watching Team USA lose, and then someone goes, oh, look at over there. Yo, Bam's he's going to get 83 points. I didn't watch the first quarter. I saw the highlights as they rolled like on a silent TV at the bar. I think we are really relying on the last few cheap points. If he was that hot at the beginning of the game, you got to give the guy credit. You don't.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't
83
just
3 points.
You don't willy-nilly score 83
Why
points.
do we really care? Nobody's getting a prize. There's no award for any of this. And as far as I'm concerned, Kobe's 81 is still a hell of a better game than what Bam put up yesterday.
So what you're saying, there's no award for that, but there's an award for repeating what you say?
Yes, that's correct.
Well,
And I got to give credit where it's due. I did hear this point on our pal Dan Patrick's show. It's not like Kobe Bryant's career was defined by 81 points. Not even close.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I believe Giannis said it. Does anyone know, how many foul shots Kobe Bryant took in that game, like before they looked it up yesterday?
No.
When all's said and done years from now, no one's going to know how many foul shots, how many free throws he took in this game.
If anything, it'll be a good trivia question because
Giannis
it's not
was talking about that.
It's a good player, but not like a legend. Where I think it will be a great question. In 10, 20 years from now, you'll be at a bar. Your kids will be grown up. They'll be at a bar, and it'll be like bar night, trivia night. We all know Wilt Chamberlain had 100 points. Who had the second most? And it'll be like, who was it again? Oh,
Bam Adebayo.
Bam, that's right. Yeah, I think it's an unlikely guy.
I think it was a really cool moment, and happy for the dude. And he said it too. He's a big Kobe fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy for that. I think the only people really upset are guys with Kobe Bryant tattoos, like Danny G. And if you
I'm not upset about it.
No, but hold on. But if you really did love Kobe Bryant, I don't expect you to like it, right? You don't have to like it, but you got to give the dude his props.
Yeah,
that's it. Simple as that.
I mean,
I don't expect
every single record in every single sport is meant to be broken.
Yeah, I mean, players will go on hand to watch their record be broken in person sometimes.
I think you
right?
guys are all crazy. Those 83 points last night mean Bam is
But
a
guys-
better player than Kobe in his career.
Guys, the
all right, are
record
we all
wasn't-
agreed?
That's what's silly about this debate. Record wasn't broken.
Right.
He just surpassed the guy.
Right.
I saw more noise, Covino, not from Kobe fans, but from some basketball fans that just hated the end of that game because it was embarrassing. The end of the game was embarrassing.
When you start fouling just so that
Yes.
you can turn the possession over and give your guy another shot,
yeah.
that's a little weak.
We made fun of a LeBron game earlier this season because they were doing that for LeBron, remember?
It's really it's so funny that you would say that. But I think the best point made, and I hate to give him props, is the guy to the right of me, Steve Covino.
What did I say?
It wasn't a record.
Yeah.
Like we're making a big deal about. We're making a bit like, but I get it. It's
when
a fun
people
story.
were upset about Cal Ripken, he broke Lou Gehrig's record. Bam Adebayo broke nobody's record.
Yeah, this
he
is
just had a
top
grew
3.
game.
Yeah.
He's number 2 now.
It's not Aaron Judge breaking the American League home run record over Maris and Eddie. There's nothing at stake here.
Nothing at all is at stake.
so
His
funny.
name is on a list.
All right, you know what? Let's get it contested. If you could repeat Mike's words of wisdom, you win a prize. And then I'm excited because after that, we got Iowa Sam and Midweek Major. Who do we got, Danny G?
All right, first in line, Sean in Phoenix.
What's up, Sean?
All right. When starting a new endeavor, you don't need to know everything today. You just need to learn a little more than yesterday.
Wow, he went right after it.
Quick.
Let's go. Woo!
Dang.
Damn, you got it.
That's a winner.
He was on the edge of his seat. We really, we kept that Bam conversation going in hopes that you forgot it.
Yeah.
He went so fast that our judge, Iowa Sam, wasn't even ready.
I didn't have my paper
I
ready.
read it. I was
You
reading
got
it.
it? You got it?
Oh,
Okay,
that's a
you got
winner.
it. Great.
Yeah, I got it.
Congrats.
All right, congratulations.
Good job.
Sean, we're going to mail a CNR prize pack to you there in Phoenix.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
No, appreciate you, man. And I know his strategy. He probably had it in his head. And he's like, no chit chat. I just want to say it. don't distract me.
And for the record, if you missed the game yesterday because you were eating hamburgers, it was 150 to 129.
Yeah.
Like, that's just ridiculous. So I understand, what happened to defense?
Oh,
but,
hey, guys, I got to bounce.
You're talking about the end of the game. What's up, Mike?
I got to bounce. I got to go. I have an appointment to get my Kobe tattoo changed to a Bam tattoo.
Man,
I understand.
They
Mike,
get just a couple
I get
quick
it.
strokes of the
Nice.
pen there.
Well,
That'll be good.
The number 13.
You make fun of me because I'm having burgers instead of watching the Heat game. Let me ask you this: if you go to a burger spot,
Yeah.
I don't want to distract you because we have Midweek Major to get to. But real quick, are you choosing? If they have a sweet potato fry option, is that the automatic?
For me, it is, yeah. I'm a sucker for that.
If they say, hey, we got fries, but we do have sweet potato fries.
I'll go because in my mind, it's healthier, even though it's probably not.
But also, they're
and
fantastic.
it's just the option of the sweet potato fry. But not everybody loves it like you and
I had those last night. I thought of you. I was like, oh, Covino definitely would have went.
I mean,
for the
why
sweet
would they
potato
call them
fries.
sweet potatoes if they weren't super sweet?
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Coming up next, all
They're
the
not called
stories,
weak potatoes.
all the stories you missed in the world of sports and entertainment. Iowa Sam's going to break it down next with Midweek Major right here on Fox Sports Radio. Now, is your business struggling to find qualified candidates? Well, you're not alone. Nearly half of the hiring decision makers out there say that the top talent out there, that's the biggest challenge, trying to find that top talent for your company. And with the average cost of hiring someone nearing $4,700, every new employee is clearly an investment.
How about hiring differently?
Ooh,
Let
do that.
Express Employment Pros streamline your hiring process, saving you time and money. Get started at expresspros.com. There are also hidden costs with hiring, lost productivity, endless interviews, and the impact on team morale can add up fast. With Express, hiring is more efficient.
Yeah, visit expresspros.com. Find that location nearest you. Expert recruiters at Express have a local network of talent ready to go to work. Keep people at the center of your hiring process with that local Express team. Now, don't let turnover slow you down. Focus on growing your business while Express finds the talent you need to succeed.
You need to succeed.
You need to succeed.
From the warehouse to the front office, Express staffs all jobs. Whether you need contract workers or new full-time staff members, fast-track hiring with Express. Visit expresspros.com today. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success. The WBC World Baseball Classic put out their top 10 hitter rankings for the 2026 Classic. Do you want to hear the top 10 or the top 5?
Real quick, I just have to ask you,
Yeah.
do you get paid well freelance? When Aaron Judge doesn't pay you to hang from his? Well, no? Okay.
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay. Thought that was your side
Number
hustle.
10, Fernando. Are you kidding me? The guy who talks about Brock Purdy like you're related to him? The guy who can't stop talking about the Mets?
Okay.
You got Francisco Lindor's phone number or something?
love
Fernando
Lindor.
Tatis Jr.
He's
is
not the
number
problem.
10. So this is the top 10 hitters from all teams, right? Because Tatis obviously plays for the DR.
Okay.
Kyle Schwarber's 9, USA. Acuna Jr., Venezuela at number 8. Julio Rodriguez, number 7, plays for the DR. Vlad Guerrero plays for the DR at number 6. Cal Raleigh plays for USA. He's at number 5. Is he a speed skater by any chance on the side? Cal Raleigh, the big dumper?
With that ass, come on.
So he's pretty low for a guy who was so close to winning the MVP last year. He's number 5 as far as hitting rankings. Your boy Juan Soto playing for the DR is at number 4. Bobby Witt Jr. ahead of Juan Soto at number 3 for Team USA.
Is that overrated? I'm a fan of Bobby Witt Jr.
I would have put Soto before Bobby Witt Jr.
Is there a part of you that feels like Bobby Witt will have a big deal when it comes around, but do you think he's going to get like Soto, Ohtani, Judge type of money?
Yeah, I think he will. I'm not throwing shade on him. I just thought maybe Soto would have been ahead of him. I mean, even for star power, but maybe I'm wrong. Here's where it grinds my goat. Here's where it grinds my gears. Here's where it itches my bum. Coming in at number 2, top 10 hitter rankings, Aaron Judge, Team USA, which means
USA.
Number 1 hitter is Shohei Ohtani for Japan. Now, can't take anything away from Shohei Ohtani. I think he's the best player in the game, right? If it was the best player, then yeah, okay, Shohei Ohtani, fine.
You sound like Rob Parker. He's not the best pitcher or the best hitter.
Well, dude, he's not the best hitter.
I mean,
he's just not.
I'll give you this.
And if you don't believe me, believe the stats.
I'll give you this. Judge is a better hitter, but I think the pure presence of Shohei Ohtani just...
Judge is a way better hitter. It's not even close. Is Shohei Ohtani a better all-around player? Yes. I feel no shame in saying that. He's great. I love him.
Way better?
Judge is a way better hitter. What he does is circus numbers. He's a freak. Here's the only discrepancy, I guess.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has played 2 more years than Shohei in the bigs, right?
Okay.
So he's got 10 years in the bigs. Ohtani's got 8.
Okay.
All right, let's really break it down. As far as hits, Aaron Judge, 1205. Shohei, 1050. Home runs.
But you just said 2 more years.
Yes, I know, but
So you don't
these
think
numbers will be
You don't think
significant.
he'll get 200 hits in 2 years?
Can I finish?
I'm just saying.
Judge, 368 home runs. Shohei, 280. RBI, Judge, 830. Shohei, 669.
I mean, you
But, dude, it's significant.
They're
Average.
not.
Because you think that Aaron Judge is just a slugger. He has a 294 career average to Shohei's 282. 282? He's a better hitter than Aaron Judge? Aaron Judge.
You know what you just did?
Puts up circus numbers, dude. Look at his career home run highs. Shohei's not there.
Can I tell you what you just did?
Yeah, dude, give credit where it's due. How could you take that away from Aaron Judge?
I think Judge is. I'll say this. I think Judge.
Is it the biggest deal? No, but I don't think it's correct.
No, Judge should be number one. But can I just say this?
Yeah.
You just did what I've done in arguments with my wife. I plead my case for something, and then I realize while I'm pleading my case,
Did I not preface it that he has 2 more years?
No. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, as I'm speaking, I'm proving that I was wrong.
No, I don't think that at all.
All right.
Aaron Judge, 62 home runs, 58 home runs, 52 home runs. Dude, Shohei hasn't hit the 60 mark.
Don't give me
Get out of my face. Shohei, look at his career batting average. Like I said, 294.
294 and 282 is not like substantially
Aaron Judge
different.
batted 331 last year,
Oh,
bro.
boy.
Get
Jeez.
out of my face.
All right,
He batted 322 the year before.
Danny.
I think people don't realize or don't want to give the credit where it's due, where you think he's just a slugger hitting bombs. The guy's an incredible hitter. He's the number 1 hitter in the league, period.
Danny, do you want to?
So give it where it's due. We all love Shohei, but
Danny,
let's be
Sam,
realistic.
Do you guys want anything from Chipotle? I'm going to run down the block while Covino goes on an Adam Shine type monologue about how
It's
he loves Aaron Judge so much.
unbelievable.
I love Aaron
It's
Judge.
Dude.
Why don't you do that for the next 20 minutes? I'll go get lunch for all of us. And when I come back, you'll still be hanging from the huevos of Aaron Judge.
Okay.
Goodbye, guys.
Bam Adebayo.
Adebayo. Oh.
Bam Adebayo, 83 points. Adebayo.
Well, I have an instinct to say Adebayo the same way I have an instinct to say Shia LaBeouf. I don't know why. There's some days that I feel like my pronunciation is better.
I think you just misspoke, like Mark DeRosa.
No,
or did he misunderstand?
No, me and DeRosa, same cat.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, and we got Midweek Major coming up. But can we take a quick phone call,
Yeah,
Danny
Danny.
G?
Someone wants to talk about that ABA documentary real quick.
Yeah, Dwight has been holding forever from Idaho.
Dwight, tell me your thoughts on this. It's on Prime, Soul Power. What's up, man? Dwight.
No, not again.
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, Dwight's not there.
Is
Maybe
Dwight punking us?
Maybe it's line 1 because he's been on line 1 this whole time.
Son of a Dwight, you sabotage.
Wait, put him on hold. I want to see if I'm going to try something.
All right.
Put him on hold.
All right. There we go.
Dwight.
Hello, Dwight.
Covino turned into
Let's
a
keep
robot.
this on. We sound like robots.
Hey guys, it's
All
me,
right.
Dwight the alien.
You know, if he's still there for his patients today,
yes,
I'm
Robot
gonna
Danny.
send him a CNR prize pack.
Calling
Because
live.
we got to get to Midweek Major.
All right,
Right,
so
Dwight?
we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Rich is messing with the phones. I'll continue. Your next success can begin sooner than you think. Put your goals within reach at University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university.
Oh, yeah.
Undergraduate and most graduate classes start soon.
All right.
Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu.
And now it's time for Midweek Major.
Covino and Rich get you over the middle of the week with Midweek Major.
I love that.
We throw sports and pop culture headlines and topics at the fellas, and it's like the kids say,
That's so mid. Week definitely major.
CNR scoring. Midweek Major.
Remix got to go really quick here to give our fill-in Iowa Sam at least 6 minutes before we hand things over to the number one fill-in host. We roll the two big red love dice
7 for Cove.
to see who goes first.
Oh, 9. I go first.
That means Rich does get the first take. And now, the most famous person besides Michael Mosley from Iowa City, Iowa, Iowa Sam.
Hi, Sammy.
Thank you, guys. I'll be quick here. We got 3 big stories. Some are a little happier, some are a little sadder than others. We'll cover it all. Hey, let's start with global military conflicts and the upcoming World Cup. Everyone's favorite, right?
Yeah.
Most of you should know what has been happening between the U.S., Israel, and Iran for almost the last 2 weeks. This war is now having an impact on future sporting events. The Iranian men's soccer team was supposed to participate in the World Cup in June in Los Angeles, but today the Iranian sports minister Ahmad Danyamali says that's a no-go. It is reported that he told Iranian state television, given that this corrupt government assassinated our leader, under no circumstances can we participate in the World Cup, unquote. Iran was supposed to face off against New Zealand, Belgium, and Egypt. It's possible that with Iran's withdrawal from the competition, Iraq or United Arab Emirates could take its place. War impacting global sports competitions midweek or major?
I think it's major.
Definitely major.
And I'll tell you why, because politics and global war and stuff and conflicts aside, listen, you can't compare where there's big conflicts going on in the world. Soccer doesn't compare. If they can't play, they can't play. Like there's real world stuff going on. Like to compare,
but
like
it's a World Cup, so why are they using their animosity toward the U.S. and whatever against the whole competition?
How could you? It's almost like, can you focus on?
And by the way, are we at war? I thought it was a military strike.
But I'm saying, could you really think soccer could take a priority for any country that's in the middle of a huge conflict?
Basically, they're saying like the men's national team of Iran is not going to the U.S. Like they're saying like that's not allowed.
And there's a lot of controversy with the women's soccer team too right now.
Right, asylum in Australia. But President Trump was he said he was okay with them coming here to play. But
I mean, I just think we work for Fox Sports. I just think sports takes a backseat to real life, and I think if they're like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, like, what are we gonna, have someone else fill in? It's not like Iran was gonna win the World Cup.
I'll just put a positive spin on it. Give these people something to cheer about. No, I mean, you got to show them some hope, and maybe soccer is the answer. After 9/11, I'm not comparing any of the two or anything like that, but what is it that made us feel a sense of normalcy and gave us hope about the future? When sports came back, right? And when we watched Mike Piazza hit a home run, and when we watched baseball.
I got you.
I mean, let them play, but I get it. Not as important. I do understand.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's major. It's a major story. Yeah.
Definitely major.
All right, let's go to another story. This one's even darker, even more morbid, even more bizarre.
Oh, jeez.
Not that the last one was so much, but this is a bit of a disturbing story and very 2026. Former NFL linebacker Darren Lee has been charged with murder and tampering with evidence after the recent death of his girlfriend, Gabriela Carvalho Perpetuo, who was found dead in a home in Tennessee in February. It was later revealed by authorities that Lee used ChatGPT as an AI legal advisor of sorts on how to cover up the alleged murder and how to talk to authorities about what happened. He reportedly had a number of conversations with the popular AI software over a 2-day period in the days following her death. Now, we've seen how AI can be misused and abused. Look no further than Grok of X being asked to create explicit images. That recent controversy, and we've heard of people Googling highly suspicious things and having their search histories used as incriminating evidence against them. Guys, this sad and bizarre story of leaving behind a digital trail of evidence, midweek or major?
Major, and I almost say let's not talk about it, not because it's a sensitive subject, because if idiots and bad people are going to incriminate themselves by asking ChatGPT, let them do it. We find them, we arrest them, we get rid of them. Like, imagine creating a digital trail of a heinous crime, like, hey, ChatGPT, how do I get rid of a body? Like,
people used to Google that stuff and be like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And then they have evidence against them.
You ever see like someone get accused of murder and it's like, oh, that's weird. They bought a shovel, rope, and everything at Home Depot and then Googled, how do I get rid of a body? Like, let these idiots bury themselves.
I also think it's major.
Definitely major.
For so many reasons, just how much stock people put into ChatGPT as if it's their confidant, their personal
let him think that,
psychiatrist,
though, right?
And you're going to crazy lengths to find how to murder someone or cover it up, like through ChatGPT. It's really dangerous, just really concerning for young people. And yeah, major. I hope that
Definitely major.
I hope this all works out. Put it that way.
Any other bright, uplifting stories, Sam?
Actually, we will finish on an actual uplifting, good, fun, positive story. Great story of men's college basketball. It is March after all. Teams are punching their tickets to the very large basketball waltz. And pride is sky high for Hofstra, who hasn't been to the tourney since 2001. After winning the Coastal Athletic Association Conference Tournament Tuesday night, the pride is back in the state of New York. Hofstra's coach back in 2001. Hall of Famer Jay Wright, who went on to national championships at Villanova. And one of Jay's star players was Speedy Claxton. And guess who the current Hofstra head coach is?
Speedy Claxton.
Yes, it's Speedy Claxton. And Speedy helped get Hofstra to its first NCAA tournament.
Good old Speedy Claxton.
Yeah, sounds like a guy from the 1930s.
Yeah, Speedy helped, my music, where'd it go? There we go. Well, Speedy, back in the day, he helped Hofstra get to their first NCAA tournament appearance in 23 years. So sports coming full circle. Midweek or major?
I think it's mid for everyone but me.
That's so mid.
Major for me. I grew up 10 minutes from Hofstra University. It's
There
where
you go.
it's where all the local Guidos that were too good for community college went.
I'm going to tell Wayne Corbett you said that.
Wayne Corbett, best known, Hofstra University. We would have our championship games would be at Hofstra University.
There you go.
A lot of great college bars by Hofstra. And I think it's cool, man. Honestly, if you live on Long Island, that is like everyone's safety school because it's a good school, but it's like, I'm going to apply here, here, and here. But if I don't get in, guess where I'm going to go? Hofstra University.
And they're back in the
Good old
dance,
Speedy
baby.
Claxton. Yeah, I'm going.
Good for Speedy.
It's a really nice story, and it's cool to hear. And props to Speedy Claxton for being that guy and coming full circle like
Probably knows
this.
Sam made that name up in the whole story.
No, he's right here.
Oh,
I'm looking at him as we speak. Good old
Speedy.
Speedy Claxton.
So what say you? Weak, mid?
I'm going. It's a mid story
Mid.
overall.
That's fine.
Yeah, overall,
That's so
but
mid.
I do like it's a nice story.
It's a nice story.
Yeah.
And you know what? Next week, I'll try to keep them a little more positive. And that's all she wrote, guys.
Hey, no, those are all great stories. I mean, the other one is really sad. I'm just sad to hear
You
about.
gotta cover it all, you know?
Yeah.
I like
the whole
that sign.
Darren Lee thing. And,
Sam, I like that sign off, and that's all she wrote.
And that's all she wrote. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
Let's go to Dan Beyer for an update. DB in the newsroom with Monty Bolaños distracting him.
Oh,
It's a newsroom
no,
party. Everyone was
no.
so checked out of Sam's segment.
If
A little dark there. A little dark.
It's amazing. Again, Monty's here. She's not even on the air, but yet she's been mentioned on Covino and Rich.
Yeah.
Usually when I leave, you guys,
Yeah.
Monty, bring it in. 3 minutes left. Let's bring it in on the show.
Monty.
Here I'm going over actual work with her on what's happening in the slate of games tonight. That's all we're doing.
Well, Monty's she's a big Rich Davis guy.
Oh, interesting. Actually, Monty, can I have that sheet that I just gave to you? Did you hear what Eric DaCosta had to say earlier today, the Ravens GM, talking about why the Max Crosby deal didn't go through? Well, he said this.
Nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. A big regret for me. But we will move on as a football team, and I think there's many, many opportunities for us to grow as a team, to become a better team, to build a roster, and to be the team that we want to be.
So they signed Trey Hendrickson today to a 4-year deal worth $112 million. After the Max Crosby deal fell through. The Buffalo Bills signed former Dolphins defensive end Bradley Chubb to a 3-year deal worth more than $43 million. The Colts and quarterback Daniel Jones agreed to terms on a 2-year contract worth $88 million. The NFL is considering playing a game on the night before Thanksgiving as soon as next season. Syracuse fired men's basketball coach Adrian Autry today after 3 seasons. Some bubble teams asked for the NCAA tournament. Cincinnati was one of them. They lost in overtime to UCF in the second round of the Big 12 tournament. Auburn's on the bubble. They beat Mississippi State 79-61. Louisville a 62-58 winner against SMU in the ACC. In the Big 10, Washington upset USC 83-79. Rory McIlroy still unsure if he'll tee it up at the Players' Championship. And Canada, for the first time ever, advancing to the quarterfinals of the World Baseball Classic, beating Cuba today 7-2. Congratulations to the Canadians. Guys, back to you.
Any Speedy Claxton updates?
Nothing for you.
And Monty, I enjoyed on the YouTube your Macarena behind Dan Beyer while he did the update.
Good work.
Professional right there. I love it. All right, we got more Covino and Rich next as we wrap up the show right here on Fox Sports Radio.
UFC fight night. It's a middleweight main event.
Bro.
Strickland, 29-7 versus Anthony Hernandez, 15-2. And Sean Strickland just off his rocker, unhinged, probably the biggest maniac in the fight game ever. And we're talking about guys like Mike Tyson, guys that get punched in the head for a living.
Dude, the press conference with this dude, people were just like, yeah, keep going. Listen, this is an uncensored podcast. I don't even want to play some of the stuff this guy said.
I would feel uncomfortable playing things this guy said.
He went after gay people, trans people, women, this guy, he's so fucking unhinged. I don't know where he isn't offensive.
This guy can't speak a sentence without offending somebody. He's just out of control.
Bro, it's insane.
So I leave that on you. Overpromise Fox Sports Radio Nation. If you haven't seen his press conferences or any of the hype leading up to this fight or any interview with this maniac, again, too many punches to the dome, I think. Check him out on your own time.
Yeah, honestly, it's worth
offensive
watching.
that it's almost funny. It's sad and funny all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you could get a laugh out of it because you're like, yo, is this fucking for real?
It's unbelievable. So it got us thinking, right?
Yeah.
We've lived in some crazy times, watched some crazy fights, some crazy athletes. Who are the most unhinged athletes of our lifetime?
Well, listen, Sean Strickland, I'll give you the analogy. You know when a girl's super hot? Let's say she's got an ass you praise. Let's say she's got the perfect body.
You know, ass worship is a big thing
I know.
nowadays. Yeah.
But you know when a girl is like a 12, you'll put up with her being the biggest pain in the ass ever. When athletes are really good at what they do, we've tolerated quite a bit over the years. And I'm glad you compiled the list with me because besides Strickland being a good fighter, for years, we tried to find a home for Antonio Brown. Team to team to team. Until he finally ripped off his jersey and left the field, we tried to do everything to accommodate this guy.
I mean, what an exit. And the sad part, again, much like Strickland, it's sad and funny all at the same time. The sad part is how great he was. And when we met him early in his career, what a nice, personable dude he was. I don't know what happened, but even just this week, he's in the news because he's filing for bankruptcy or whatever. Meanwhile, he's posting videos of his brand new grill. Have you seen it?
Of course I have.
Yeah, I am crazy.
Maybe I am crazy. $100,000 grill. $100,000 diamond grill, but he's bankrupt? Look at this guy. What happened to him? Off his rocker.
No, not off his rocker. Unhinged. Well, speaking of rockers, John Rocker, Atlanta Braves pitcher in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s. Remember he talked about all the minorities in New York and said all this racist stuff, and everyone's like, that's John Rocker.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to all the earlier highlights I have in my dome in the brain. I'm thinking like the Mad Hungarian, Al Hrabosky, the pitcher, the guys that seemed unhinged, but then you got John Rocker and he takes the cake because he just offended everybody.
Let's make a line in the sand.
Yeah.
That's a saying, right? A line in the sand?
Line in the sand.
This side, like unhinged, meaning like peculiar. I'm talking unhinged, like says some shit that you're like, what did they say? John Rocker was the most unwelcome dude at then Shea Stadium in New York. He insulted everything about the melting pot that is New York City. And if he said that today, no doubt he'd be kicked out of the league.
Thanks.
I don't think this guy is mean-spirited. In fact, I think he might just be misunderstood, but unhinged as well. Dennis Rodman.
Out of control.
I don't know what story I like better, and I know you know the stories. Actually, you know what? As Spot, our video guy, shows a picture of him getting married with a wig on.
How about that story?
As
right
a
there?
woman? Unhinged.
He was one of the first with all those tattoos, right? Piercings, everything. The worm, man. Dennis Rodman is definitely on the list, especially for the time, because even at the time, he was the only guy who was tatted up like that and pierced like that and was wild like that. He was a wild man, out of control, Dennis Rodman. At the same time, he was a great basketball player, greatest rebounder maybe ever.
I don't think anyone says bad things about him, so that's why I'm saying it's not like he's a bad dude, just unhinged.
And I think the last one is sort of borderline because she did commit crimes and everything.
I mean, here's the deal.
Yeah.
You could blame it on Galooly and his goons.
That's it.
But the reality is, Tanya Harding, the fact that whether she claims involvement or not, the fact that someone took a pipe to Nancy Kerrigan's leg.
Do you know our video guy, Spot, is part of the world record holding Macarena dance at Yankee Stadium? I don't know if you guys know you're in the presence of greatness. Spot was part of the 55,000 plus that were there doing the Macarena back in the day.
That's why I'm friends with him.
Yeah, me too. Once I heard that, I'm like, dude, you're hired. Let's be best friends.
I'm sorry. What is this on your resume?
Covino and Rich, we're live from Fox Sports Radio studios. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? It's not. Switch to life-changing wet, extra-large, flushable Dude Wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean pants down.
Yeah, buddy.
You finally using those Dude Wipes or
Dude
what,
Wipes.
man? I've been telling you about them.
Dude.
And it's time to get your financial portfolio game ready. With Webull, get powerful investing tools and real-time data all on one platform. Get started by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com.
Webull Financial, LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
Now, two things. One, tomorrow is SGA Day because he's got that aura. The guy that says he never repeats an outfit. Never repeats an outfit. Ooh. Comes in with all this swag. And last week, his fur coat was just so ridiculous. We said, well, we have to take some fashion risks here on this show.
Yeah.
And we'll do our best to not be SGA. We're not trying to be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We're trying to be the best version of ourselves and put our swag out there. Let's see our real aura and put it to the test. So more reason to follow us on YouTube for tomorrow's show. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, at Covino and Rich FSR. And if you're watching, that's really his jacket that we have on right now.
That's the SGA special, man.
Yeah, he donated two of them to us because he never repeats an outfit.
Yeah,
how does he have so much aura? We're going to find out tomorrow.
I'm going to wear a Mr. Farley jumpsuit.
Yes. Well, hey, you know that includes you, Sam. We want to see everyone's Sunday best tomorrow. And in 8 minutes, everybody, including Mark DeRosa and everybody on Team USA, on the edge of their seats, waiting to see if Team USA moves forward in this tournament.
Oh, what's more likely in your mind, for Mexico to win and score 5 or more runs?
I agree with Dan Byer. I agree that's more likely.
Or the alternative is Italy just winning straight up. Those are the two ways Team USA
Italy's scrappy, but as you so inappropriately said in the beginning of the show, they sort of went all out. Let's use that expression. Yesterday.
Good one.
They sort of went all out yesterday.
So Italy, Mexico, which poses a better question on any given day. Would you rather have Italian food or Mexican food? Calories don't count.
Dude.
Calories don't count.
You know, that's so tough, and I grew up
it's your
with
cultures.
both, right? Because I'm Italian and a few other things,
If I told
too.
you could have, like, penne vodka, but chicken parm and pizza and all that,
With no repercussions?
With no repercussions. Or on the flip, you could have, like, chicken mole with guacamole and nachos. And
I love it all, dude. It's tough.
Those got to be the most popular cuisines in America, right?
I think so.
So tonight's a battle of the food, if you ask me.
I could eat Mexican food like every day. I could eat a burrito every day. I never get tired of it.
Dude, you ain't kidding.
Save that for Behind the Velvet Rope. I feel like we need to dive into this.
That's a better question.
Yeah.
Covino's heritage, half Italian, half Mexican.
We'll do this on
Who's
Overpromise.
got better food?
Rich, back in the day, I did a live broadcast from a place called Carlos and Luigi's, and they served both.
No, oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude. Well, you know what? We should do this on Overpromise tomorrow if we run out of time. But tomorrow is SGA
who should win
Day.
the WBC if cuisine was a factor?
If cuisine was a factor, yeah. But look, USA's fate is on the line tonight, depending on what happens.
Well,
and if you missed it, either Italy has to win or Mexico has to score 5 or more runs. That's how USA advances.
Will strategy play a role? We'll find out.
Play a role.
Have a great night. We'll see you then. Until then, have a good one. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Woohoo!
Baseball.